Saturday morning, Sunday morning? What day is it? I have lost all sense of life because I woke up this morning to over 16,000 subscribers, and that number's been a goal of mine for a while. The next big goal is 18,000, so if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. I have been on YouTube for about 7 years now, and I'm finally starting to see some actual traction of growth. So if you love my channel, please share it, because today I am in a great mood to go into a brand new month with Ipsy and BoxyCharm early. It is February 25th. I'm so excited because I'm just like, I'm getting my subscription boxes actually at a decent time. Lately, it's just so crazy, and I just hit these amazing numbers. So why not celebrate it with putting on some brand new products on our face, and seeing as the month of March with Ipsy and BoxyCharm, is it worth it? We're gonna find out together. I love starting with the bag, but can we just take a second? Can we just take a second to see this cuteness? I think this one is really cute. Oh, look how cute the little bauble is here for the zipper. Now the bags I feel like still are a little bit excessive because I don't really use them much, but this one is pretty adorable. Let's see what's inside. Oh, we've got some bubble wrap. Party Volume 1. High Rise and After Dark palette. Oh, look how cute that is. That's definitely an easy color story to get used to. Who is this brand? Oh, this is Shades by Sun. I just saw the name on the back. If I wasn't too excited and just focusing on the party on a day that I feel like partying, I would have seen it right up here at the top too. I'm assuming there's also going to be a ton of skincare because there's a lot of bottles. Ooh. Gloss Moderne. Am I saying that right? This is a clean, luxury, radiant polish for hand and body. I mean, how much lotion am I going to keep getting? I feel like I've gotten a lot of lotion. This is not a lotion. What is this? It's an exfoliant. You guys, I was like looking at it going, this is not a lotion. I see little granules that look like sugar in there. Okay, so I guess I'm exfoliating my hands this morning. Well, I'm going to give you a first impression right away. Definitely, it's an exfoliant. I don't know if you can see it on there, but it's definitely like that sugary grippiness. It's very big granules. Smells really nice. Just going to get a little going here, and I'll be right back. Smells really nice. Leaves a really nice after smell of like, I feel like I'm bad about articulating smells. It's kind of a feminine scent, so I don't know if somebody who doesn't identify as more feminine would like this. It does have an undertone of musk, so that, you know, could be. I was thinking it was going to be lotion, so okay, we got a little hand surprise first thing. Ofra! Love that! Lip Gloss Blissful. Ooh. Oh, look at that shine. It looks like I have highlighter on my lips. Oh my golly. What is happening? Lip gloss, right? Not highlighter. Lip gloss. Go for the glitz in our creamy and comfortable glosses packed with good for you ingredients. Okay, so I keep seeing myself in the viewfinder going, what's happening? You know what I bet this looks amazing with? Something else on your lips at first. I'll bet it really adds the richness and shine to another base product. So you're welcome. I'm looking like this first thing in the morning. I don't even care. Let's keep going. I'm going to keep it on. Dazzle Me, Get a Grip, long-lasting makeup. Oh, this is a makeup setting spray. I feel like I've been getting a bunch of these lately. Give this a try when I do the full try on. What is this? The box is totally like flattened. Just 2 weeks for remarkable results. Relieves redness. Helps reduce blemishes and spots. 20.9% helps tighten the pore areas. Well, as you guys can see, bare-faced right now, my skin is doing much better after having all of that zapped off my face earlier this year. This is still healing a bit, but it's less red. So we're on the road to recovery. But what is this? This is a Bokchool Niacinamide Durafirm Soothing Repair Toning Serum. Okay, so they had to flatten the box to get it to fit, I guess, in the bag. One of my friends here, who's a longtime subscriber, is also a cosmetologist, and they told me that Bokchool is actually just as good, if not a little bit better than retinols, because retinols can make your skin, you know, have reactions to the sun, which I've been having. So this could be something good to try. So that's all the products. I was like, wait, is that enough? I'm so distracted by my lips right now. But let's get into the BoxyCharm, right? A lot of us want to know, is this box going to be worth it? Do we have any bubble wrap? Should we need it? And I gave you a sneak peek in my shorts. So be sure to check out my shorts, you guys, ongoing. Here is the sneak peek of what is in the box. I don't know if I see any palettes this month. Oh wait, there is an eyeshadow palette down here, but there is no bubble wrap. That's what I was looking for, was the bubble wrap. Galactic Fruit Superfood Sugar Face Scrub. I have liked Galactic as a brand in the past. It's a sugar face scrub, so we're getting a lot of, or at least I have gotten a lot of exfoliating products this month. So, you know, that could be good though. So we've got that going for us. And then right on top here, we have some brushes. The font is hard to read, but I think it's SL Miss Glam, I think. Just a reminder, this is my PR boxes. I can't believe they've already delivered to me before March. So if you want to know more about any of these packages, definitely check out my description box below. These are all PR and I'm so grateful. I am looking at these going, whoa. Oh yes, I remember the brand with the double diamonds on it. We have a contour bronzing brush. I love the green. A round blusher brush. And a very pretty blending brush. So this is going to be fun. Okay, and we have some Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Sculpt in here. Have we gotten this before as a mascara? Oh, you know what? I got this as a mini in my bag a couple months back. Name sounded familiar. The component looks familiar. So if you do get the bag, you may have had this before to test. I do like it. So I'm not going to open it this video because I already have it. And I don't want to waste product. What else do we have in here? Defiance Beauty. Do not be a liner, don't be a liner. It's an infinity liquid eyeliner. It's not that I don't... Please be a fun color. Oh no, it's in carbon black. I got so many black eyeliners last year that I just don't know if I'm going to open this one. Although, oh, why do cool components make me want to try things? Like, why? Doesn't this just give you quill vibes? I don't know. This just gives me like an old school quill moment. We'll see. We'll see if I end up trying this on, just because I have such an excessive amount of eyeliners and I've already had to do declutters and I already need to do more declutters. But let's get to the palette. This is from Wander Beauty, and if you did not know, Wander Beauty and I go back years and years because of BoxyCharm. I've gotten so many palettes from them that I have adored, so I can't wait to see what the Trailblazer palette is. I was a little sad, to be honest, and I didn't mention it 2 months ago now, I guess, because this is March's box. It was like every year in January, we always got a Wander Beauty palette in our January box. So I was a little like brokenhearted to see like this was gonna be the 4th year in a row we'd get one, and I didn't get one. But maybe it went around for some people and maybe this is it. I don't know. So I'm a little happy to see this in here. Please be good, please be good, please be good. Ooh! Okay, my first initial reactions upon seeing this palette sort of reminds me of, there's an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. Oh, yes, the dramatic one, the Subculture. It kind of gives me those vibes upon first impression of looking at it because of the greens, the golds, the neutrals. But I do love the formula of Wander Beauty. I really, really do. Just a reminder on how this whole thing works before I jump into the try-on portion of the video. The Ipsy bag is 5 deluxe size items at $14 a month, and I believe the value is up to like $70 worth. So that is a really nice value, and you can shop the add-ons, make your own choices of what you want. That's always a great deal. And then as far as our friend BoxyCharm goes, even though it says Ipsy, if you look here on the lip, it does say BoxyCharm. That's always going to be 5 full-size items at $200 worth of value, and it's $30 a month, and you get way more choices than you used to. I think you can choose up to 3. Yeah, subscribers choose 3 products. So it's maybe a little less of a mystery, but that can also mean you get more of what you're wanting and what you're excited to receive. And then there's still the mystery in there of the other 2 products, which can always be fun and lets you discover new things. So I'm going to start trying on some of these products. Let's get into it. Okay, friends, it has been a few days and I have had plenty of time to test and try what little bit of makeup products we have in here. And I don't think I realized while I was unboxing this for you that there are very few makeup items this month, unfortunately, in the bag and in the box. So I'm definitely going to do a deep dive into those products with you. I've tried them multiple days now and can give you some very conclusive, reviews according to the book of Nichole. This is having a few breakouts right now from something else I have been trying, so I'm giving my skin a few days before I jump into any extra skincare that we know always comes with our subscription boxes. Sometimes they're great wins though, so definitely stay tuned and be subscribed while I give you updates on these. I'm not sure if I'm going to see much from a little bitty sample, which we know can always be a thing with skincare when they're in the mini sizes, but you never know. I did get to try the hand scrub accidentally for you guys earlier in this video, and this was fine. I can say now that I had it on for like a whole day, and by on, I mean I could tell by the end of the day how my hands felt after I used them, and honestly, I didn't really notice much of a difference. I am curious to honestly try this since it's hand and body elsewhere, kind of on the feet. I do want to test that out because it is winter. You know, we're still trying to do those little things here that could give us that little extra oomph. So the next place I'm going to be trying this is on the feet, and I'll keep you updated. The hands, maybe because I wash my hands a lot, I don't know, I use lotions. I didn't really find that it was revolutionary for me personally. That's me though, that's me. Maybe it'd be different for you. I can say I have really liked these brushes, and I discovered I like this brand's sponge as well, so I think their makeup tools are amazing. Now if I mispronounce the name, please forgive me. Is it SL Miss Glam? A lot of you guys will know them from the diamonds on the end of the brushes. I love that. I also love the color. I think it's so fun. I did not realize that the sponge that I have been using up quite a bit since I got it in probably a subscription box was their sponge as well, till I was cleaning it this morning going, oh, this is the same brand, and this is the sponge that I really have preferred to use over like my Real Technique sponges and everything, because you can use it dry and it still does a beautiful job. I still think the Real Technique sponge does a good job of that too, but for some reason this is just a little bit softer. It's almost too soft when I wet it. Like today I had it fully wet because I was cleaning it a little bit beforehand, and I think my makeup looks nice, but it's still like pulled away even more coverage. So what I like to do, because I think it gives me the perfect amount of coverage, is to leave it completely dry, which totally leans into my lazy girl vibes in the mornings when I'm getting ready. So I do like this brand's tools quite a bit. Very soft bristles, apply product beautifully. I do really not have much of a use for this type of brush. I tried to use my bronzer with it this morning. This is the contouring bronzing brush, and for me this harsh edge just doesn't really work for me, and it's probably just because of the way my bone structure is. I feel like, I don't know, maybe if I had a little bit more high cheekbones it could really get in there, but for me this is kind of a tool that I don't tend to use a lot when I get these types of brushes in the bundles that I get. They tend to get decluttered pretty quickly. That's my only complaint about these brushes, is just this isn't the type I generally gravitate to or like, but these are great and I've used them quite a bit. Now let's talk the meat and potatoes of every eye look that us makeup girls tend to love, and I kind of have a bone to pick with the new trend of people saying that eyeshadows are out in general, that people don't use eyeshadows, or I guess maybe it's just like Gen Z doesn't wear eyeshadows, and I'm like, listen, you do you, but you're gonna take my eyeshadow palettes out of my cold, dead, manicured hand, because these types of makeup products aren't going anywhere for me. I may go more natural, I may do that, but as far as never wearing an eyeshadow, why don't we just never have joy? Why not? We just never have bunnies. We never have sunshine. That just sounds awful to me personally. In the Ipsy Glam bag, we got these shades by San Life of the Party palette. This palette actually packs quite a bit of punch, and I did like this pretty well. I am thinking this may fall off my radar from size, but also the only one that I really found myself loving was this more peanut buttery chocolate shade. This one works great. I have worn this every time I've popped into this palette because it is a beautiful shade to go right in the transition. For example, today's eye look, she is right up here in the upper part of my crease. I really just started my eye look like this, and the other day when I used it in the B-roll footage you're also seeing on the screen, that's also where I put it as well, kind of put it all throughout. It's a great palette if you are wanting just a neutral look, which I do love. I will say when I have dipped into this more neutral shade, it requires a lot of building. So maybe this palette and maybe this brand, it really is suited for the people who don't want a ton of eyeshadow. They just want a light dusting. Today, clearly that was not the look I was going for, but we'll get there in a minute. I did go into this dark chocolate shade for an outer V, and I think it did pretty well. It didn't blend as smoothly as the other palette I'm gonna talk about, but it was totally fine. And I think did I pop into this one? This palette's pretty good. I do like it. I think it's easy for travel. It's a nice little bag eyeshadow palette when they're just the micro size. But let's talk about Wander Beauty. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I really loved getting these palettes in the beginning of the year. So I'm so glad for this month we are getting it. Now this palette, again, is so nice for those transitional seasons. I think you could get some great neutral shades out of this. I also think you can get some great spring and fall shades because we've got some green in here, but we could also argue greens and neutrals are great for the holidays as well. So this could be an all year palette for those of you that really feel like their palettes are seasonal. This is like got a little bit of something for everyone. Today, I went a little extra bold with it because the first times I tried it, I stayed neutral. I stayed easy breezy because I know a lot of people are going to do that look on the regular, and I wanted to know if the shadows were going to be good. Are they going to be fast? Are they going to be blendable? Are they going to make your life easy? Because none of us have 2 hours in the morning to get ready, right? I found this palette does a really good job. There's a little bit of kick up in the pan, but nothing too crazy or too messy, and I did not have anything drop on the face today. And the way I normally do makeup is face products first and then eyeshadow. I know a lot of people say, do it the other way, crazy. I am a creature of habit, and that is just how I do my makeup and have for years. And I've tried doing it the other way, but truly it's just what I end up doing. So I can tell you that this eye look today, which is a lot smokier, a lot darker, a lot more colorful and vibrant, none of these shimmers or the mattes fell on my face today, which is really good because then I didn't feel like I was cleaning up a big mess. I'm gonna tell you these shimmers in a Wander Beauty palette are something special because they absolutely are, but the mattes were great as well. They had a great blendability to them. They had a great punch to them. Now I will say with the mattes can require some buildup, meaning go back into the pan with your brush and go back and forth with the eye look, blend it in, get it to the consistency you want. This isn't going to give you a massive like boom moment the second you put it on your eyes, and that's okay because a lot of people don't want that anyway. Now I will say with the shimmers, girl, you are about to go to that next level of oomph when you go into any of these shimmers because they are here to stay and play. I barely touched the shade Lindsay E here for the inside of my lid. I did not need to go in more than just like once on a finger, and it was just like luscious. It was gorgeous, and it just made the other green that I had underneath it, Noreen, come to life. But I left Noreen, the green out here, in the outer corner just for that depth because that works well with my particular eye shape, and I think it came out gorgeous. I blended this shade in with peanut buttery yummy shade from earlier up in here, so it was like the darker shade here, the lighter shade here, and I just think this is a beautiful transition. I think everything on the eye looks great. In person it looks smooth. You see the levels of color and consistency. I like that. I think that makes an elevated look just a little bit more polished. For this little bitty guy, I'm gonna show you some swatches here, and I think you'll understand what I mean. That it's a nice palette, and the colors are gonna be very universal for a lot of different skin tones, which is lovely. Now, I say that this darker shade, maybe as you can see, doesn't pull necessarily as clean as some of the other shades. So there may be a touch of patchiness you may have to blend away, but nothing serious. I really do like the brand Shades by San. We've gotten some things from them before that I've liked. This palette for me though was another level, but it should be when it's coming in a box versus a bag. You get way more colors, you get way more pow for your money. Also the pigmentation that comes through a little bit more, and I'm going to show you that because the swatch that's on the top here is very muted. You don't really see that nude shade from the Shades by San palette. This one, you can definitely see this one. And I also love that it comes with a mirror, I'll be honest, because I do want to have a mirror on deck when I am doing my makeup. I was doing one eye look over the weekend on my couch watching something with my husband, and I needed the mirror, and Obviously a little guy, but they're saving the money by not putting a mirror in there, and I get that. The Wander Beauty palette definitely packs more of a punch, but like you can see in some of the pull through, there is going to be a little bit of dusting in there, and there's not going to be as much like pigmentation as you drag it. So some shades may require more buildup than others. That didn't bother me in the least. I was really enjoying all of the colors that I saw playing on my eyes and how well these shadows were playing together and with other shadows. A couple of the shades are a little too close to being the same color in my mind, so I would have liked just a touch more variety in there. But the shimmers are so yummy. You barely have to touch them, and they have the most consistency. If you can see in all of the swatches here, in the shimmer shades, it's consistent all the way through the finger pull, whereas maybe the matte shades start really rich, and then as they go down, they're a little less pigmented, whereas these shimmers come to play. I don't think you can go wrong with an amazing eyeshadow palette, and both of these are pretty good. This one's probably my favorite though, if you had to ask, but the piece that this was missing for me was a nice creamy easy brown, so I was really glad to have gotten this palette too, because this is really good. So I needed one to do the other with this eye look today and the previous ones that I've done. Now let's talk about mascaras. I forgot to clean up underneath my eyes today, so if there is a lot of mess under my eyes, that is on me. We got the Anastasia Lash Sculpt. It's a lengthening and volumizing mascara, and I have to say we did get this before, or at least I did, in a mini version, so I did not open this because waste not. Mascaras really expire quickly, so I'm using up what I already have open because that just makes the most sense, and it's the exact same thing. Now, I loved this at first, and now I'm having a little bit of a, I have definitely had better mascaras, because this is really chunky on the brush, and the chunkiness comes off on the lashes, and I don't always see the great lengthening or like volumizing with the lashes now that it's had some time to oxidize, open up, and kind of get a little bit more consistency with it. Oh, now it's not going to do it because I'm on camera as much, but I don't know if you can see down here at the base, there's a big old clump there. And then sometimes I'll get clumps, well regularly I get clumps all over the brush. So it's a very clumpy mascara for me, and it's a little thin. So what I did honestly and have been doing is pairing it with something else that I recently got from my Ipsy bag that I'm really liking. Not in this bag or this month, but it is the Rare Beauty mascara. So if you got this month, where I got it I think last month, I love this. This is the black mascara. The wand is definitely fluffier, and I like this formula better, I think, at least at this moment. I did this on top of the other just because I feel like this really took all the lashes and separated them. Like it's doing it right now. It grabs all of them and gives each one their own coating, whereas I feel like the other mascara clumped too many together, which make my lashes look sparse, and I have big eyes, so that just makes it look like I have less eyelashes. And honestly, I was like, oh, do I need to put on some falsies for this video just so I have the look in mind that I wanted? But then I was like, no, I'm showing you guys the mascara. That's cheating. So what I tend to do also is, after things have had a chance to dry down, is I personally do this. You do not have to do this. If you don't think that works well for your lashes, it's totally fine. I do go back in for one more pump after they have a chance to dry a bit, because that gives me a little bit more oomph and volume with my lashes. I'm very gentle with this, and that just makes them stand up a bit more, gives them a little bit more dramatics, which I like. All right guys, I did not use the liner. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I got, I think, like 14 liners last year, and I just couldn't do anymore. I would much rather gift away a new liner to somebody, even though this one looks super cool. I showed it to you before. I'm just gonna gift this away to somebody brand new in the box, because I don't like to waste. Now I gotta tell you about what's on my lips, and I kind of want to try something else, because the Ofra lip gloss in Blissful is, it's like a highlighter on your lips. And when I say it's like a highlighter on your lips, it is a highlighter on your lips. It fully is. And I think because I have such a dark liner underneath, because I did a little dark with the eyes, I need to lighten it up. So I have an idea I'm going to do right here with you on camera. I'm going to do a quick blot. I'm going to go into one of my favorite liquid lipsticks. This is from REM Beauty. This is the liquid lipstick Leave a Message, and it's gonna just lighten everything up to be a little bit more the color story I think this needs. It's a very creamy liquid lipstick that I really love. I'm gonna give this a second to dry, and then I'm gonna put that one on top. And then I'm gonna make a little bit more of an informed decision because I've tried it on bare lips, I've tried it on just pencil, like liner, and now I'm gonna try it on one of my favorite liquid lipsticks that I think the color might waken it up a little bit. While I'm waiting for this to dry, I'm gonna post these swatches on Instagram. Are you following me on Instagram? You need to be. Okay, this has had some time to dry down, and now what I'm gonna do is pop in to essentially this highlighter. When you look at it, it even looks like it could be a liquid highlighter for your cheeks. You probably could use it for that. I'm just gonna use a little dabble on the finger. Go a little bit more just because I'm curious. This is a very runny product, so you can get a lot quickly. Oof. Guys, this just may be too much for me. Is it the color? Maybe when I have a little bit more of a tan. I did try to give myself a little bit of a faux tan today because I do miss that, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. This actually looks way prettier than what it looked like just on the darker liner though. I think this is actually really kind of juicing up the lips, but I'm worried, is it juicing them up too much? Is that possible? It might be. I don't know. What do you think? Tell me what you think below, because I'm kind of torn at the moment. Jury's out on that one at the moment. And I have had time to try the new Dazzle Me setting spray. I'm surprised that I like this. First of all, can I just appreciate a matchy-matchy moment with our products? We do love that. It doesn't matter in the least. Not at all. That was just something I noticed while I was setting everything out here. It's a nice mist. Gets everything covered really quickly. You only need 2 or 3 mists and you are good to go. Dazzle Me Get a Grip Long-Lasting Makeup Oil Control Fine Mist. I agree with all of that so far. I have tried it with full face of makeup days and I think it does a pretty good job actually. I was pretty impressed with how well this did, and I have had quite a few setting sprays lately that I have not loved, as many of you know and have seen in my declutters. If something does not work for me, I am not afraid to declutter it, as many of you guys know, because if it does not meet top tier quality, it does not need to stay in my beauty space. No, we don't have time for that. We don't have the real estate for that. I'm liking the lips a lot more now that things have settled down and I changed the color underneath. I think with too deep of a lip color, it just doesn't work for my skin tone. It could be my undertone. I'm not 100% sure. But that is definitely looking way better to me visually in the mirror right now. Now my eye look is very dramatic and I'm not used to that. So that could also be pulling my eye a bit. But this I'm liking way more now that we've made that a little adjustment. So letting you know now at the end of this video, what do I think? Which one is the best? Which is my standout product? Which is my standout subscription of the month? I do have to say I'm super disappointed that there was not more makeup. That is just something for me right out the gate that I have to address with both of them, because that's why I personally love subscriptions. However, I do get great hair care products. I do get great skincare products, but those we have quite a bit of and you can only have so much of them because it's just a lot. You got to get through some of these things before you can crack into the other ones, and my poor husband is like, what fresh hell has she brought into the bathroom this month? And there's quite a bit, always. So when I get some fresh makeup in there, I can regularly see if it's going to be something I can love and use and be consistent with it, versus something that I'm like, ooh, I'm not loving this. I'm going to happily gift this away, make room in the beauty room for way more things that we love. It's harder to tell with skincare, especially when you're already working through things and you have sensitive skin like me. How you doing, breakouts? I have to say, I think my favorite product of the month is this eyeshadow palette from Wander Beauty. I love the colors, I love the consistency, I love that I could trust these shades to really work for me, and now that I've touched every single one of these shades, I am not disappointed in that in the least. So this I'm happy to add to my collection and see how much I use her through the next seasons, and see, is this something that I love to have on hand? Should I declutter it in the future? We're gonna find out, but right now I could see this becoming one of my regularly used palettes, and I love that. I do wish it had a little bit more of a neutral brown shade versus this one that's a bit darker with a little bit of brown in it, a little bit of red in it too. So that's my only gripe about this palette. I really like it. This is probably my second favorite product, mostly because of this particular shade, and I like this shimmer as well. So, you know, time will tell. Kind of disappointed in the hand scrub, didn't really notice much of anything, but I'm gonna try the feet because that's always a different story, isn't it? The brushes are nice, definitely gonna be playing with these more, putting them in my daily rotation. This may be the outlier that I don't love as much, but that is totally okay. The mascara, because I already got it, I at least know that if I want to gift away the full size, I don't have any regrets, no regrets about it, because I already have it and I know it's pretty good at first, but then it gets pretty clumpy on me personally, and I already have another backup that I'm using and loving, so, you know, waste not, want not. Same with this little eyeliner. I don't need this, happy to gift it away, not really mad about that. I will be honest with you, even though I'm on Ofra's PR, this wasn't sent to me in their PR, and I'm always going to be honest even when they do send me their PR. This one is kind of on the bubble for me. I like it better right now. I want to see how I use this as the weather warms up, because I told you guys I'm in the middle of another like decluttering, going through this beauty room type thing in the behind the scenes, and I'm filming stuff for you. My lip category runneth over. It's excessive. It's too much for one person. And adding this in there is a maybe I'll use it. It could get decluttered. Stay tuned. Be subscribed. We're going to find out very soon. But I like how it ended up looking today. So not mad about that. You know what? While I got you, while I'm here, let's just check something out. Because I got a bare shoulder. And I'm like, how would this do on the skin? Ooh, sticky, tacky. Maybe not meant for skin as much as some of the other glowy products that I do have from Ofra. Now I know I made the mistake, so you don't have to. You're welcome. Setting mist is nice. I am gonna use this up. Not a problem with that. So I guess I have to say the box was more worth it for me this month than the bag was, but tell me what you think below. What did you get? Because I know it's so customizable now. It's less, you know, the same stuff over and over. What was your bag like? What was your box like? What were your add-ons? Tell me all of the things in the comments below because I love learning from you guys. And I will see you guys in the next one. I have a lot of stuff planned for you and I'm filming a bunch. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.